Hello, it's Leanne Peters here. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube. And I'm very excited to be here in red because we're connecting with the base chakra today. It's the first of our 7-part chakra series. So very excited to be here. Hi Courtney, there is such an intense energy that's flying around at this time, like today. I've just finished recording some guidance on my Temple of Balance page for Friday and Saturday. Very interesting energy for Friday. I've also personally had this weird deja vu all morning and throughout the night. That's reminding me of a dream I had that I can't remember what the dream was, but dream years ago. Just all feels very surreal, the feeling around this morning. There's also a very strong energy for healing. So I have my Cobra drum. My Cobra drum only comes out for intense healing times. So I'll be using that today. So as you're coming in, I feel it's important to start this chakra series with just an overview of the chakras. So we're talking about the 7 major chakras, and I will think of this first video, the beginning of it, as a reference. So I don't want to have to repeat myself every time that we focus on a chakra. So what I'm hoping that we will be able to refer back to this as a reference if it's required. So the first thing I'm going to do is start talking about the chakra system. Now everything I share is based on my experience and my work energetically over the last 14, 15, actually longer, since about the year 2000, so nearly 20 years of working with energy. So through that time of sensitivity, I've got to know what the chakras mean to me, and I get to see, I guess I have seen over the years certain themes and certain things, and I feel certain things happen in my body that I see as connective to certain chakras. I've found that my chakra work and my chakra knowledge and connecting with the chakras has been really essential in my healing journey and my healing work that I do, both self-healing wise personally and also the healing work I do and share with others. It probably overflows and influences everything that I do, really, when I think about it. So we're here talking about the 7 major chakras. There are many, many other chakras that reside on other layers of the body or of the energy. Hi, Canty Devi. So we're not talking about the thymus chakra, the palm chakras, the soul chakras in the soles of the feet, or the chakras in the knees, the chakras in the shoulders. These are all sort of what I would class as maybe minor chakras that reside on different layers of our aura. So the 7 major chakras, they reside on the first layer of our aura, which is the etheric layer. So if you imagine our physical body that we can see here now and touch, this is our densest vibration of our being. So this is our physical body. The next vibration up that we can't quite see but can sense the strongest because it's closer to our physical vibration is the etheric body. And the etheric body, or the etheric layer of our aura, is where these 7 major chakras reside. There are other layers of the aura that we could talk about: the mental layer, the hara body, the emotional body, and all different layers and frequencies. So this is where I would think of the notes on a piano. And if the lowest note, the slowest vibrating, the most densest of the notes on the piano, if that was our physical body, and then the next note up was our etheric body, and then every note that we play, that we hit on that piano going up and up and up, are all different layers of frequency in our energy field. So if we went right to, say, top C, and then right down to the bottom, there's a big sort of distance or gap between that very low physical note, not low as in vibration, but just low as in density, so more physical, compared to our highest note, which we may refer to as our soul or our higher self or our spirit. there can be a gap there. So to help our spiritual energy manifest in the physical, I feel it works its way down through the frequencies and layers, like notes on the piano, down to the most physical and densest form at this time, which is our physical body. So the first layer of our aura is the layer that we're most interested in, because it's one we're going to sense strongest, because it's closer. There's not such a gap between the first note of a piano and the second note compared to the first note and the 50th. So the closer the sound, the closer the vibration, the more likely we can tap into it or connect with it, if you like. So the first layer of the aura, the etheric layer, that's where our 7 major chakras reside. And I really feel this is partly how we can connect with them and feel them so strongly, is because they are so close to our physical body in vibration. So the etheric layer of our aura basically mirrors our physical body, but on a non-physical plane. So everything that exists here in our physical body is mirrored in our etheric body, that first layer of our aura. So if you see aura around people sometimes, and in fact, while I'm talking and with the light background, you may feel or notice kind of this sort of movement in whites or even clear, just like a haze around here. You're most likely connecting with the first layer of the aura, so that etheric layer. So it mirrors our physical body on a non-physical plane, and plus it also has energy qualities as well. So we have the aura that extends out, and we have the 7 major chakras. So the 7 major chakras run in alignment with the spine, and also up through our head here, and connect with certain points in the endocrine system, certain glands, which I'm not into the physical anatomy sort of stuff, so I don't delve into the glands and the physical anatomy kind of side of things. I'm purely talking about energetic, emotional, mental, rather than our physical body on that scientific sort of level. So our 7 major chakras start at the base, so our tailbone, and this is going to be our focus today. So once I explain sort of the system and you get your bearings, then we'll dive into the base chakra. So the base chakra sits at the base of the spine. Now, as I say these and talk about these chakras, I suggest that you may want to just take a deep breath and just settle into that area and see how it feels for you. So the base chakra sits at our tailbone. It is our most physical of the chakras. So not only do we have different layers of our aura that are more physical or higher vibrations, our chakras, our 7 major chakras, are also in vibration too. So the lower ones down to the bottom part of our body are more dense or physical, if you like, than the higher vibrations at the crown, which are higher, and it's probably part of that bridging before it goes to the next note on the piano or the next layer of the aura, if that makes sense. So our base chakra sits at our tailbone. It's our chakra for grounding and survival instincts. It's our most physical of the chakras. It usually vibrates at the color frequency of red or red-brown, if you like. And yeah, that's our base chakra. And then moving up to the sacral chakra, which is just below the navel, that usually vibrates at the color frequency of orange. And it's our center for emotional, sexual, and creative energies. Now, the sacral chakra we could think of in a zone from the top of our navel to the top of our pubic area, and around our hips up to our waist, and around to our lower back. So there's a zone, there's a front and a back for all of the chakras, except the base chakra and the crown chakra are opposites of each other. So I think of them as a vortex coming down, going through the body, and a vortex going out through the base chakra. Whereas these front chakras, their vortex goes out at the front and then out at the back. So there's a front and a back aspect. So I'll talk more about those when we're focusing on the individual ones. So the sacral chakra, and then the third chakra is the solar plexus. that sits above our navel, and that's usually vibrates at the color frequency of yellow, and it's our center for personal power, strength and courage. And that zone, of course, goes around to our middle back. And then we've got the heart chakra. So the heart chakra, that usually vibrates at the color frequency of green or pink, just depending on our vibration. There's neither that are better than the other. It's just a vibrational thing. And that's our center for love of self, others, and all creation. And also where we find acceptance is usually where I feel it usually sits in the heart. And then up to the throat chakra here. Oh yeah, in the back of the heart, so the zone around the chest and around to the upper back area. The throat chakra here is probably one that like with our solar plexus chakra, that we're most aware of, that we can feel quite physically. So with our solar plexus chakra, when we're having a loss of personal power, or we're feeling anxious or nervous, then we can often feel butterflies and sick in our belly, which is a very physical sensation of energy that's stirring in our solar plexus chakra. And the same with the throat. So when we're talking or communicating, or we've got a lump in our throat or a tickle in our throat, it means energy shifting here in the throat chakra. So we can feel this one quite physically, as well as our solar plexus chakra at different various times. So the throat chakra usually vibrates at the color frequency of blue, and it's our center for communication, expression and truth, and feeling safe to speak our truth and be who we are. So really working out who we are too comes back to the throat chakra. And there's zones around the neck, so the back of the throat chakra is at the back of the neck. And then up to the third eye chakra here, which is our center for vision, intuition and trust. And it usually vibrates at the color of indigo, which is a really dark blue or a bluey violet. And the back of the third eye chakra is actually at the base of the skull. And then the top, the seventh chakra, is the crown. So the crown chakra sits up here. The opposite of that, of course, is the base chakra. So that's above and below, that balance. And this is our center for connection. It's our center to connect with the world beyond the physical, but also connecting with our body, connecting with others, connecting with our life. So if we're feeling separate or alone, it will almost always come back up to the crown chakra if it's blocked. It usually vibrates at the color of violet, but it can also be white or gold or silver. It just depends on our vibration. So that's a quick overview of the chakras. So the chakras' job is to draw in life force. So when they're functioning in a healthy way, they're going to draw in a nice amount of life force that keeps the energy pumping through our body and keeps our energy balanced as well. When they're closed or blocked off, and probably the main area that I see blocked off is the crown chakra, when people feel separate or disconnected or alone, then it's not drawing in as much life force as it could be. So then it actually has an on-flowing effect on all of our chakras. So even though I'm talking about the chakras individually during these sessions, if you like, they are very much interconnected. And you'll probably see, if you've been connecting with any of my healing videos, that quite often I talk about multiple areas kind of getting my attention at once. So once we get to know the system, if it's something that inspires you to explore, various parts occurring or shifting at the same time can also offer quite a lot of insight. So just depends on how deep you want to take your chakra journey. What else do I need to say about the system in general? So it's very much about a balance. I really feel that we can't, like our chakras are at a certain frequency. Let's say we've got a very strong voice, but we might feel a bit lacking in self-love. So we might have quite a strong throat chakra, but somewhat weak in relation to the throat chakra heart, just as an example. So basically, we can work on strengthening the heart chakra kind of to match, if you like, the vibration of our throat. Our throat chakra will only be able to grow to a certain level before it's kind of held back by the rest. So I really feel that energetically we can't, say, have a massive heart and have a really weak sacral chakra. So I feel like there's a certain vibrational level, which will be individual for us all, of reaching max before we have to focus on the weaker ones, bring them up before we can grow and grow again. So that's kind of like on an energy level. I think that's all I really need to say about the general chakra system. So think of that as a reference if you need to. And now we're going to flow straight into the base chakra. So to prepare me for the base chakra, I have my red top on, my favourite red, and I've got a red pendant with a bit of green, which is to do with the heart. So we can think of, as we're working on different areas, different chakras, we may want to embody those chakras a little bit more. So we can do that by wearing the colour that's aligned with it. I've also got, you might not be able to see, but this is a really deep red garnet that I'm sitting here in my lap, which connects with the base chakra. It's red. So there are different qualities in the crystals, but basically we can think of red crystals or brown crystals connecting with the base chakra. And I've got a slice of petrified wood sitting in front of me. And I've also pulled out the Earth Dragon card, which feels very grounding and very much connected with the base chakra. So I have those two sitting here and my red garnet here in my lap. Now, what I'm doing now is we're just looking at the tools that can align us or help us embody the specific chakras. So you might want to go to your healing energy cards and grab some grounding, earthy ones if you want to, like the soul chakras. That would connect with the base chakra, with grounding. What else? Probably this as well, the rebirth card. And there might be other tools that you want to use as well. The stability card definitely connects with the base chakra. Okay, that's all that stands out at the moment. So I'm going to sit these here too in front of me. So let's talk a little bit about the base chakra before we do some healing work around it. So the base chakra, remember, sits at the base of our spine. So because this is our focus today, you may want to bring your attention down to your tailbone. How's your tailbone area feeling? How's things going in this area too? So we could think of things like the movement of our bowels, any aches or pains that we're having in the lower part of our spine, or around our bottom, even our thighs, our legs can also be connected with our base chakra. So remember, the base chakra, it's a vortex of energy that points down, and the opposite of it runs up the spine, and the opposite is the crown chakra. So that will be our last focus. So there's no real, I guess, back of the base chakra. It's our area that helps us connect with our physicality. So our physical body, our physical life, our survival instincts, which sometimes, you know, this is our primal objective, is to survive. So if we haven't got our survival things taken care of, we're going to go into survival mode, which then puts us straight into the base chakra. So for example, if we've suddenly lost our job and we have no finances and we might lose the roof over our head, we'll be in survival mode. And so other things might take a back seat because our primal objective in this human physical body is to survive. So health, finances, having somewhere to live, so a roof over our head. those types of primal survival things will always be a priority if they're not taken care of. So just notice if you're in survival mode, you'll be very strong in your base chakra, which is important. So let's say our survival needs are taken care of, then our base chakra is our center for grounding and physicality. So because it's the most physical of our chakras, it will also help us stay grounded. So keep our feet on the earth, our head attached to our body, and help keep us present in the everyday moments of our life. So if we've been feeling, or if you've been feeling like it's difficult to stay present in the moment, if you find it really like you're always thinking of the past or thinking of the future, and you find yourself really unstable, then you've probably got quite a low energy in your base chakra. So there's another example too I could give, is that if we're very mentally driven, if we're in a very mental place, worrying, stressing, panicking, fearing the worst, just useless, ridiculous thoughts going on in our mind, and if our mind sat here over our head energetically, and this was growing and being fed with a lot of mental activity, then that's going to draw energy out of our body to feed itself. So it draws life force out of our body to feed the thoughts. So the first place that becomes depleted when we're very mentally active is our base chakra. So then we feel ungrounded, we start feeling alone, we start feeling like time is speeding by, and we can't really focus very well on things. So what we might need to do is bring the energy, not the negativity, but just purely the energy, because it's just energy, depends what it looks like at the time. So it might look like negative thoughts, but if we just bring the energy back down into our body and start replenishing our base chakra, then we'll start feeling more stable, less mentally active, and more able to become solid and present in the moment, which is very difficult when our base chakra is feeling blocked off or is very depleted of energy. What else do I need to talk about with the base chakra? So I think one of the best things to do when our base chakra, when we notice that we're feeling depleted or blocked in our base chakra, if we're noticing bowel issues, for example, that will probably indicate some blockage or something shifting in the base chakra. If we're noticing that we're very ungrounded or feeling very unstable, then we might be noticing a weakness in our base chakra. So one of the best things to do, not only working with our tools, our crystals, healing energy cards and colors and things, is to actually just get physical. So do physical activities, as mundane as they might sound: cleaning, clearing, walking, cooking, things that are the functions of our physical body, because the truth is we are physical beings having this physical experience. So some people think that they are very mundane, I'm above that sort of thing, but they're really important things to do. Even, food shopping, grocery shopping, resting, sleeping, all these just very physical things are what we can link back to the base chakra. What else? Anything else? I think we might go into our healing time now. And I'm not sure if you were here at the beginning, but I'm going to use my cobra drum for our healing time around the base chakra today. This only comes out when there's important healing to be done. So, and as I'm saying that, and as I'm connecting with the group here and the energy that's present, I'm feeling a lot of energy start to shift in the heart. So I feel like there's healing that's taking place, not only in the heart, but in the base chakra. So as I said before, all the chakras are connected. We're looking at them individually, but they are all linked together. So there's probably some heart wound or some heart issue that some of us may be dealing with right now, something close to our heart that's actually creating what's the best word? Like a weakness or a tiredness in the base chakra. You know, for example, we may have something that really hits our heart, some wound or something that happens that's really close to our heart, that really hurts our heart. And then we move into this isolation space where we actually feel maybe a bit guilty or uncomfortable of living. So then that side links back to the base chakra. So if we're just becoming robotically going about our everyday activities because we don't care anymore, we're not really happy with where we're going in our life, then we can connect that back to the base chakra. So even though there may be other areas of our body connected with this, that's as soon as it affects our life, our physicality, our survival, then it comes back to the base chakra. So we're specifically focusing on the base chakra, but every other chakra is going to be connected to whatever we're doing. I'm actually going to pull a healing energy card. I'm going to put these 3 back that I pulled out for the base chakra energy. I'm going to put these back in. I'm going to pull just a healing energy card here, connecting with the base chakra and the drumming that we're about to do, the healing time we're about to do. And I'm looking for the best healing energy card to connect with this energy that we need to talk about. And I really want to take this healing deep today. So I want to really pull out the parts, the bits in the base chakra that are holding us back, that are stopping us from accepting or living in our full physicality, that we may be rejecting parts of our physical body, parts of our physical life. That will come back to the base chakra too. So I really want to pull those types of blocks out and help bring this beautiful, juicy, earthy energy into the base chakra. So the healing energy card to support our healing journey is Healing Hands. So this just confirms, not that it was really needed or necessary, but anyway, it's come up to confirm that we need to go into some deep healing time now. So you may feel a bit fearful because that comes back to the base chakra too. Our survival, instincts, the fight or flight kind of energy will come back to the base chakra most of the time. So let's find the courage to embrace our physicality, our physical body, our physical life, and where we are right now on our physical journey. I think I was going to say, I was just thinking, okay, am I going to guide us here or am I just going to drum? And I was thinking, I'll just drum, but then something stopped me from saying that. So I'll probably guide us a bit as we drum. Actually, I will. I'm going to guide at the beginning and then I'm going to drum for a bit by itself and then I'll call us back afterwards. So I want to take this deeper. I want to go really deep into the base chakra. So I think of it right now as I visualize this for us all as a collective. I see this as a pit, if you like, in the earth, like a hole that's been dug out. It's actually a little bit like a burrow, an animal burrow that goes kind of straight down, maybe slightly to the side. And it's like a tunnel that goes down into the earth, and then it has this the main den part. That's what I'm seeing right now. So let's see where we go with this. So nice big breath, and take some big deep breaths and feel the courage inside you build. So nice big breath, and as you breathe in, connect with the power of your breath. Summon your courage and your willingness to go deeper for healing and to help balance you. So as you breathe out, let go of your worries, your stresses, the pressure that you're under on a day-to-day level. So we want to go under that. We want to go a bit deeper than that stuff now. So let your everyday worries go, otherwise they'll be at the forefront. So take a few moments to prepare yourself. There's nothing you can do wrong, so just listen. Let's just flow with it and see what happens. This drum sounds beautiful. yourself dropping down into this burrow, this tunnel dug out into the earth. And you drop down into this tunnel and come to land in the den of this burrow. So take note of the feeling that you have here. Is it a long drop, or is it quite close to the earth, this den? Does it feel tight or large? Does it feel like it moves at an angle or straight down? Just get a sense of what this feels like. So what we're doing is we're dropping into our base chakra. And the den feels like it's lined with beautiful fluffy fur. Reminds me of a rabbit burrow. This beautiful soft pillow or bed that we come and sit or lay on. And here we lay to heal. So we're laying here in our base chakra to heal, to release, to let go. I'm just going to let the drum speak for itself here. Let's just take some big breaths and let yourself take you where you need to be. Those old parts of ourselves, our insecurities, the lack of self-belief, the issues that we have that we've been holding in our base chakra. Let's strip them back. Let's let those burned parts of ourselves strip away. So I see us proactively stripping layers and layers and layers of our skin back while we lay here in the den of our base chakra for healing. So continue to tell yourself that you are willing to let go, and it is safe for you to let go. Letting go is how you step towards your freedom. over your hips and down your legs. Notice the areas where it feels a bit fused or stuck. Just observe and then push that old skin away. Shedding and shedding and shedding. You don't need to know exactly what it is that you're shedding. You don't need all the nitty-gritty details, all the moments of events. It's simply your willingness to strip away what's holding you back. So we're now stripping away the last layers of our burned out, dead skin. Those dead, burned out parts of ourselves and our life that we've been hiding behind or that have built up over our body and being. It's like taking off a tight suit. And now we're all sitting in our personal den that is our base chakra, feeling a little naked and vulnerable and raw, a little exposed, knowing that we have to surface, knowing that we do have to leave this place. But that is part of the healing. So you stand up in this den. Stand up in the den of your base chakra. In your full power, your full vulnerable power. Naked and stripped back. Maybe fragile and alive. And now we lift up out of the den, out of that tunnel, and back up to the surface of the earth. Lifting up like we have a rocket under our feet, propelling outward and upward, and coming to land stably and solidly on the earth, on the ground. Standing tall and full in our vulnerable power, in our survival power. We feel the strength of our body. We bend our knees slightly and feel the weight of our body being evenly distributed over both legs. Our feet feel firm on the earth like anchors. Our pelvis feels strong, our spine straight, our shoulders and hips square on, and our head up and looking forward. We feel strong and tall like pillars, like mountains, like trees, solid, stable, and present. No strong wind could blow us over. No hot sun could burn us. We are protected and resistant from all elements that could cause us harm. We are powerhouses. feeling the powerhouse that you are, like a power station, charged, alive, tall, full, present, alert, solid, individual. We have turned on the power station of our base chakra. This is the place where we refuel. This is the place where our life force is generated. This is the place where we can source our stability and our power, our personal power, in a stable sense. And I see us standing really tall as pyramids, like power station, but pyramids, really strong and stable on the earth. So this is a visual that we can link back to our base chakra. We can link this back to our base chakra. So can you feel the difference? This is where we get our stability, our ability to stay present. I didn't realize before till connecting, but this I feel is where the source, the power station that refuels our life force, this is where it exists, at our base chakra. Our physicality, and it makes sense when you think about, or when I think about it, our physical rest, our ability to eat and things that fuel our body. So why wouldn't our ability to fuel ourselves sit in our base chakra? So perhaps when we've been feeling depleted and low in energy, lacking in energy, there's been a tiredness or a low energy or a blockage or something going on in our base chakra. So this is our source for building and reviving our power station of our whole being. Now for me, in my hips and base chakra, I feel a lot of energy moving, and I can feel a widening, almost like my hips feel like they're pushing out from the inside. It feels like a widening, like I feel like I'm becoming a pyramid. So really strong and stable. How is your body feeling? A big part of connecting with the chakras is turning on your awareness and tuning into those subtle feelings and subtleties within the various parts of your body. So how are you feeling in your body, and especially at your base chakra, which is at your tailbone or across your hips? Maybe your legs are feeling it like buzzing with energy. My legs are quite buzzing with energy, especially around my thighs, and I can sort of feel it run down my thighs and down the rest of my legs, but strongest in the thighs. But there is a widening that I'm personally feeling in my hips. What are you feeling? So what are you feeling physically? How do you feel now compared to how you felt before? Do you feel a little clearer, stronger, perhaps more attentive? Do you feel like you've stripped a ton of stuff back, like you've just lightened the load somehow? So we're all going to feel different things. And those different things will be right things and feelings for us. We don't need to seek confirmation. We just need to own what we feel now. Another thing I'm feeling is actually quite a lot of energy moving in my shoulders, which kind of makes sense of what I know of energy, because There is a link between our hips and our shoulders when I've done healing work before. Often if the shoulders are out of alignment and we've got one tilted forward and one tilted back, there will also be the same thing happening in the hips. So if I feel my hips pushing open and wider from the inside, it makes sense to me that I'm feeling sort of another feeling here through my shoulders. Not exactly the same feeling, but there's a energy shifting through my shoulders. That tells me, just to explain it a little bit too, that there's burdens that have been shifted just by reconnecting and healing through the base chakra. That there's actually been burdens that we've shifted, that we've carried, that excess baggage and energetic weight and guilt and other feelings that we may have carried as burdens, that these have been shifted, that we've made the choice to strip parts of ourselves back and have the courage to heal and see who we truly are, stripped back. And it takes so much courage to see ourselves in that vulnerable, stripped back, fragile form. I'm also feeling energy shift in my throat chakra as I connect to. So there's a feeling here of as we become more anchored in ourselves, we can become more clearer about who we are, the truth of who we are. So everything's connected. We've mainly focused here on the base chakra, but there's on-flowing effects happening through the body. Like all these, I was going to say alarms going off, but it's not in the, disaster alarms. It's just more like, just like an on-flowing effect of all these lights going off. It's like this power station that we've activated in our base chakra has sent power, life force into other parts of our body and turned on these light switches that may have been dim or may have actually blown. So yeah, it does feel like that. So if we had different light bulbs in our home, if our body was our home, and different light bulbs had blown or had become dim, or we only had a couple of light globes on, by activating this powerhouse, this power center station in our base chakra has actually sent energy into our body and turned on these light switches in the home of our body that were previously out or dim. So this is having an on-flowing, powerful effect in our body. Very interesting. So let's grab a healing energy card as we prepare to transition. Now you might find that it takes a couple of days for this energy to settle, or you might feel it straight away. What I recommend is that you over the next few days really listen to your body, drink lots of water, and be kind and gentle to yourself. You may find that your sleep times when you go to bed may be quite deep as your body integrates and shifts. We're at the start now of a very healing month. So, and that's especially if you're joining for the chakra series. It's going to flow on into our life. So, we might feel stuff here as we connect and as we listen and participate. But as this is turned off, there's going to be things occur in our life that are going to reflect what we've been doing. So as we feel better and stronger in ourselves, it's going to on-flow into our life. We might feel little bit more motivated or want to practice a few more serious things to help us stay grounded and balanced. So see how you go. So I'm looking for a healing energy card now to go. So this will, I'm looking for the best card for us to represent our forward movement from here. So what do we need to know about what's next? How can we anchor this energy a little bit deeper? What do we need to know about going back into our everyday life? That sort of thing. And thank you too. If you have any feedback, let me know, or if you have any questions, I'll read your comments when I get back on my computer a little later. So our next chakra session is the second chakra, so the Sacral Chakra. That's our emotional center, and that will be on Monday the 10th of June. So just look at our events tab in our group if you need to. And the color connected with that is orange. So in preparation, if you're going to join live, you might want to get some something orangey to wear if you want to embody it. Some orange crystals like citrine, orange calcite, I think I was thinking. Anything orange really. You might want to go to your emotional connecting healing energy cards to prepare you. But I will put a little post up just before to help. So this is our card to represent our forward movement from here. We have Time Tunnels, card 17. This is not a light card. This can be quite intense. And this is really encouraging us to look through our timeline now to unpin ourselves from the past, which will then free us up for our future. So I see these time tunnels as past, future connected. So as we travel, if you like, or have courage to look at our past stuff for healing, and as we shed things back or unpin ourselves from the past having a hold over us, it actually unpins us and reorganizes our future timeline. So some of us, as a consequence of this connection and as an onflow over the next couple of days, may be pulled into the past for healing. So this will likely be quite foundational stuff connected with our survival. It might be things that have happened to us that have put us into survival mode. You know, like I think of the idea of, because it hasn't happened to me thankfully, but the idea of, say, a sudden relationship breakdown where we're then left with very little as far as material or financial. So then we have to start again. So any types of wounds that are connecting with our survival or putting us into survival mode, maybe even health connected, that stuff may come up over the next couple of days. And it's nothing to fear, although there is a shadowy, uncomfortable energy connected with that. The feeling here, it's nothing to fear. Remember to continue to embody the powerhouse, the power station of your base chakra, and find the courage to be willing to let go of your past stuff that continues to hold you back. These might be quite big things. What else does it say here? Healing fear. Have courage, wisdom, and freedom. And really that's what we're doing this for. And I could feel that as I was drumming, that the reason that we're connecting with the base chakra and untrapping ourselves, stripping those old parts back, is for our freedom. It's time to heal and move forward. Look for the teaching and the lessons from the past. Let it go. So see how you go. And flow with it as best as you can. Remember your tools. You may want to come back to this recording a few times over the next few days as you're inspired to and as time allows for you to support you in continuing to strip that stuff back. So thank you so much for connecting. And I trust you've enjoyed the first of our chakra series. This is going to be an important healing month, potentially, if you want it to be. So thank you so much. I look forward to connecting with you next time for the Sacral Chakra, our emotional center. So we'll be exploring emotions, creativity, sexuality, all connected with our Sacral Chakra just below our navel. So first of all, let's anchor and integrate our base chakra first. So we've got a really nice solid foundation to then build on and work up our way up through the other chakras. So thank you. Have a great rest of your day. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me through my website at templeofbalance.com.au. Thank you so much, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye. Namaste.